It was a calm night in New York City. Wall Street looked just as powerful as ever, shining under the streetlights. No one knew the storm that was about to come. The Bull of Wall Street stood proudly, but behind that symbol of power, fear was quietly building. Lehman Brothers, a 158-year-old giant, stood tall in the heart of Manhattan, a symbol of American success. No one imagined it could ever fall. To understand what happened in 2008, we need to go back more than a century to the small offices where modern banking began. Over time, those humble beginnings turned into billion-dollar empires. By the early 2000s, Wall Street was printing money. Everyone was investing, everyone was winning. But behind those smiling faces in expensive suits, a silent greed was growing, and it would soon consume them all. In small American neighborhoods, the dream of owning a home was spreading. Banks started giving loans to almost anyone, even those who couldn't afford them. Families signed papers they didn't fully understand, believing their future had finally begun. For a while, it looked like magic. Money flowing, houses selling, prices rising. Everyone thought the good times would last forever. But under those shining numbers were piles of dangerous loans, known as subprime mortgages, and they were ticking time bombs. Wall Street bundled those risky loans into fancy products, calling them AAA-rated mortgage bonds. Investors rushed to buy them, blind to the danger inside. Then, like a bubble, the illusion burst. Housing prices crashed, and the system started collapsing. On September 15, 2008, Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy. The unthinkable had happened. Thousands of employees walked out carrying boxes, their dreams packed away in cardboard. The once mighty empire was gone in a single morning. The markets went wild. Stocks plunged, traders screamed, and billions of dollars vanished in hours. Across the world, families watched the news, their savings, their pensions, their hope, disappearing before their eyes. What started on Wall Street spread to every corner of the planet. Asia, Europe, America, all felt the shock. It was a global financial earthquake. Factories closed, flights were canceled, and small businesses disappeared overnight. Families lost their homes. People who once lived comfortably were suddenly standing in line for help. Millions were jobless, wallets empty, asking one painful question: how did this happen? Slowly, light began to break through the darkness. Governments stepped in, and people started rebuilding. Meetings were held, new policies written. The world promised, this will never happen again. Meetings were held, new policies written. The market slowly turned green again. But the scars of 2008 would never fully fade. Greed had brought the system down, and trust would take years to rebuild. The Lehman Brothers building now stands silent, a monument to one of the darkest nights in financial history. And yet, as the sun rises over Wall Street once more, we remember, no empire is too big to fall, and no lesson should ever be forgotten. In our next story, the investor who turned $100 into $1 million during the crash. Don't miss it.